Hello, friends and frenemies and friends who we love, friends who we don't love, and everyone else. Welcome to our live. We are live. All right. I accidentally played our stream, so I was hearing us talk, and you know what? We sound great. So guys, tune in, sit back, relax, grab some tea.
Yeah,
I'ma just post our link
yeah.
on
Cool, cool,
Twitter.
cool.
Hey guys, if you
Yeah.
follow me on Twitter, like come see my link and join us live, please. I got a notification that I went live.
I would have gotten a notification as well. Um,
Currently, we have two viewers. Hello, Lina. Hello, thanks for tuning in. Hello. So, for all the viewers that are here, we're just going to be sitting and talking about some very interesting tech revelations in today's world that Yuvan and I just happened to read about today, and it literally blew our mind. So
literally.
sit back, grab
Oh my
some
god.
tea, and let's get talking in today's episode of Tech Talks.
Tech talk. Oh my god. We should add a we should create a small intro, So when you go live, then you can jump scene to the intro and it plays a video of
Dun dun
like
dun dun
dun, dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun.
dun 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 dun. Tech Talks. Okay, so you want to take it away for our three viewers out of three, two of which probably you and I. No, wait, I'm not watching. So, oh, we have
I'm not watching it.
two watch. Oh, you're not
I'm
watching.
not-
So we have
yeah,
three. So hi
yeah.
guys, if you're here, leave a comment in the comment section below. Say hi, yeah. Say hi to everyone. We'd like to. We are very interested in saying hi to all of you. Um, I'm a be sipping my tea. Just don't mind me.
Oh my god. Honestly, pretty amazed that everything's working pretty well. So just give me one last second to set up my so I can see you. Okay. So,
Yuvan and I were trying to figure this out. You won't believe this for 2 hours. We started at around 10. It's about 12 now. So we understand it's late at night. So for all of you who have school tomorrow, SPM takers, get some sleep. Okay? Sleep is important for your mental health. I know you want to ace that test, but trust me, sleep is important. For
yes,
the rest of
yes.
you who have nothing to do, come, join us.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm so ready. Yes, thank you for keeping up. Welcome guys, welcome to Tech Talks with UNG. Honestly, yeah, today morning we woke up and as usual I was going through the news and what came to my mind, but a YouTube video of trying out this thing, and it seems like a normal VR headset thing, and you can see this guy attached it to his cap, Mr. Cool, the DJ, and and it flipping blew my mind what the guy was doing. He was playing bricks like games on it. He was making music with his mind. He was when to pause, when to play, and it seemed so. It didn't seem like a prototype, It seemed like a product that was low-key ready for the market, and this was a outside YouTube reviewer, right? That it's not like a company representing. So the video is as legit as it gets, and it blew my mind. Like just something in the back of your head is picking up on your neural sensors and sending them as signals to your computers to like, hey, his brain just said pause the damn video. Now you pause the damn video. Like, whoa.
Just before we go on, did you say the
Yeah.
name of the DJ was Mr. Cool?
Yeah.
I mean, if your DJ name is Mr. Cool, are you really cool? I mean, if you're gonna use the word cool in your name, at least make it funky, like LL Cool J.
I
You know,
mean,
J J Cool P, or if you're gonna make parodies of J Cole's songs, J Cool, but Mr.
Jacob,
Cool, like, where's your creativity, my friend? Have
I'm
some
sorry.
creativity.
I've just brought myself water today. Um,
You have a
but
comment from Lina Shri saying Yuvan's audio is choppy.
oh, okay. I will try to work on that, but that is could just be latency in the internet. So I think the slower I speak, the better.
We're absolutely sorry. We're trying our best here, but it's just unfortunate that Yuvan stays next door to a butcher, so there will be a bit of chopping.
Jesus Christ. You just spoke about creativity, my guy.
Creativity.
So let's see if I take this a bit because oh my god, they know how to build a site, dude. Like, look at how cool this looks.
I have a feeling you can probably build this on WordPress. I mean, I can say it, but it's not like I've ever done it. So
Yeah, I mean, you have more knowledge in that field of area. The only time I've used WordPress was to submit my poems, accessible on my Instagram bio, guys.
yes, shameless plug. What's it called? I forgot the name of your
Scripts and sorts.
scripts and sorts.
Yeah.
Make sure to read his scripts, sort through them, and like them all.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
so
done. I'm
back
done.
to the matter in hand. So how it works is that apparently it uses it tags and decodes and activates. So essentially what it's doing is that since our visual cortex is generating, objects are tagged with faint graphic overlays, especially optimized for visual cortex. Okay, so I think what they're doing is they're mimicking the task, the code of of what's going on, and finding patterns in our brains, and then setting up those patterns and sending it over using their NextMind engine, in which it would then proceed to produce a task. Because when we saw the YouTuber do it, we can load a video up from him, right?
Yeah.
We can? Yeah. I'll just do that then.
I don't think we're gonna get any copyright strikes because you and I are in the frame, and at the same time, we are also talking on top of it. So YouTube, if you decide to copyright strike us, know that I will come for you. I don't know where
Yeah.
you are. I don't know when you are or what you are, but I will come for you.
Okay. So I think what you can do is skip through this video, but can you take control for a while that and load it up here on my side?
Okay, so while Yuvan does it, I'm gonna switch us to a bit of some close-up video imagery for you to for the convenience of our viewers, aka Yuvan and Lina. Oh,
I think Danny's here.
oh, hi,
Maybe.
Danika. So Danika and Lina, nice. How to get views on your YouTube live? Step number 1: get a girlfriend. Yeah, so
Yeah, put this.
Yuvan and I have been talking about the possibility of these kinds of tech for a while now. You know, ever since Black Mirror released episodes where you can immerse yourself entirely into virtual reality, and I've always talked about how I'm very excited for the tech to be released and how I would like to be immersed in a virtual reality of my own where I can conjure Rasengans and use Sharingans and yeah, whatnot.
Yeah. Gee, I'm ready, so we can jump to it.
And with today's release in like this information about the tech just brings us one step closer to that reality. So I'm very happy. So the next thing you will see is them putting a chip on the side here, or probably at the back, lah, because that's where I feel there's the highest concentration of neural
Yeah,
activity.
plus a cord with the spinal cord and whatnot.
But yeah, but you see at the back they're only picking up waves, but for you to be immersed in virtual reality, you have to simulate your brain as well, which is why I think there will be two connections, one at the back and one at the front. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's
Yeah.
back to you, Yuvran.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna play the clip. We can just watch it together. Shout out to this YouTuber. Shout out to Tyriel Wood, VR Tech. Blew my mind today, my guy.
He's doing that with his mind. This is house music. So what I'm noticing is that it looks great, and the tech definitely works.
It's doing this really like that, like kind of man, like.
Yeah, like that's actually insane.
That yeah.
But
It's like moving objects as he goes.
damn, this this looks like some kind of telekinesis.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I just realized that if I play the video, you can't pick my
I lost
audio
the
up.
audio.
Yeah. Can you still hear me?
Can't seem to hear you.
Oh,
Maybe that's my fault. Give me a second.
okay.
Yes,
Okay, can you hear me now?
I'm still not hearing you.
Oh, okay. That's our first snag
I
for the
wonder
night.
why. Where did you even go? Why did your audio die?
My audio died.
Anyway, while you tries to figure that out, I'm going to give my commentary. Essentially, what I'm noticing is that it definitely works. You will have to genuinely concentrate on one thing at a time, which for a lot of us can be difficult, given that people like me can't
Can you
concentrate
hear
on
me?
one thing for more than 5 seconds. And also another thing I'm noticing is the lag lah. But why am I complaining? Like this is some amazing tech. Like the
Can you
tech is
hear me?
absolutely insane.
G,
And
can you hear
I'm
me?
hoping that there will be some improvements lah. In the meantime, I'm gonna try and figure out why Ivaran can't.
Gee,
I can't hear him.
yeah.
Like I don't know if he can
Oh,
hear me. Like, can
I
you
don't know
guys
if
hear
the
him?
stream can
But I
hear.
can't hear him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the stream can
So you
pick
and
us
I are
up.
talking to each other on Discord, and yeah. So Ewan, can you say something? See if it's still working. So the stream hears you. Only I can't hear you. So it's a Discord thing then.
yeah, can you hear me? You should be
Yeah,
able to hear me
I
though.
can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was saying the exact same thing about the telekinesis thing. My phone just seemed to have dropped the call for a second, and then when I started talking, it lost you. But sorry, guys, we're back. I don't think you all should have had any issues on the live, so it would have just been 3 minutes of me and Jen awkwardly trying to hear each other and not, but you all hearing both of us trying to hear each other.
Which is not the problem. Some people find that entertaining. You know, people make pranks out of these things.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna quickly move through the last demo, which was the brick game.
Damn.
Yeah, so essentially that's what I wanted to show you that, but that's amazing, right? To think that how he's doing that, and I don't know, I speak about the latency thing, but the fact that they're able to keep that progress up for a game like the brick thing, it's pretty impressive. Getting your mind to concentrate and all. Like he's making a video, probably just as worried about OBS working and everything all at the same time, while also just randomly thinking, okay, pause. Like he didn't need 20 minutes of meditation to get his a zen state or anything of that sort. So pretty cool.
I wonder. Okay, right now this is where we are at. Where do you think it will be in 5 years?
This is like the first step, right? This being the first step, I can see these becoming a lot more crazy in context of games, like VR gaming. Just and maybe one day even like as simple as like how television control and everything. Just being able to load up something that you've been thinking about in your head. Like being able to save and add playlists on your mind. Like you think about, oh yeah, I want to check out this, and you add it to a playlist on your head there, and then you come back home and you want to binge watch, but everything is already stored, so you just like cast it onto your screen, and all the related content pops up on your head, and just the fluidity of how all that works, right? It's pretty insane to think about.
But you know what? I'm genuinely curious about. Okay, so this tech is definitely going to be developed, and it will get better over time. And this is the first generation. This might not even be the generation zero of this kind of tech, and it's going to get better. And over time, it will be able to read better, read your brainwaves better, and be able to react quicker and to more thoughts that are in your head. Right. This also means that whenever you want to cast a command, so you would have to consciously think of a specific thought. But what if, like there are thoughts going on in your head all the time, and those thoughts are going to be running in your head whether you like it or not. It's just the natural process of a human being's brain, right?
Yep.
And it's going to pick up on that. It's going to pick up on that and realize and think, oh, okay, so maybe he's saying this. So I'm thinking, I wonder who killed who today. And then like it actually goes and kills your PC or something like that,
Yeah.
So there will be a lot of like crossing over, but I presume that there will be future tech that will be able to differentiate background continuity noise and command noise, and I mean like command signals in your brain.
Yeah,
But
these pretty insane ones. You consider the fact that AI is also intertwined with all of this, and how that's going to play out when it comes to context of being able to learn a pattern of human behaviors and processing it. This just constantly reminds me of Black Mirror, dude. Like everything about this is just screaming Black Mirror.
I'm all for it. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to have get my hands on these kinds of like products, like on a last generation product. Also, an an unpopular opinion. Why get the first generation or second generation of a smartphone when you can get the last generation of a specific feature of a smartphone?
Come again.
Okay, so like let's say Samsung releases a new feature and it's the first generation of that feature. Let's say it's hypothetically it's like your thumbprint on the screen. So it was some time ago, right? And
Yeah.
you're gonna get that. There's gonna be a first generation, and then there'll be a second generation, which will be slightly better than third generation. And then there will come a point where there will be a phone that does something ridiculously different. There will be a new generation one, a new feature that's going to be introduced. So when right before that new phone with the new feature is going to be introduced, buy the phone right before that. So you get the final generation of all the best features that the phone has. That way, you won't think about buying the next phone with the new feature because you realize the new feature is first generation. You're going to wait until it's fully optimized and then they will release a new feature.
Yeah. that is the dilemma. The dilemma that comes to tech. And that dilemma is always with how quickly it's refreshing itself and how quickly it updates itself. It's always a matter of like, this has come out, and then now with availability being such an issue, so you're already going to get the device significantly later than its release date, and that also then creeps up to its follow-up renewal pattern. And that's been a big headache, for me even. But I would definitely agree. If you can get the best version of something that has been experimental features when it's at its peak before they move to something completely different. Like for example, with precedent, it was the fingerprint scanner, the back fingerprint scanner when it was a physical thing. And it got so good at one point where you don't even need to unlock your phone. You just touch it on your back. But the tech right before it switched over to optical fingerprint sensors. It makes a lot more sense that you would rather get a much better back fingerprint scanner than an experimental front fingerprint scanner. And that's kind of what you mean, right?
Yeah, but you know what the problem is? Like this will never be able to be applied practically into like business because fact is if all people did this, you would lose sales because then you would wait for the next product. And a company that benefits on certain advantages that affect their demand, like customer loyalty, a product loyalty, consumer loyalty, and simply not really buying for necessity, but because they want the newest thing. Companies like Apple really benefit from that. So it doesn't matter whether it's the best version of a new feature, long as it's a new phone, they know that their consumers are loyal enough to ditch their immediately old phone. Even if like I'm switching from an 11 to a 12, iPhone 12, I will switch from an 11 to a 12 just because it's Apple, just because it's an iPhone.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry for segueing into the smartphone industry.
No, my guy. Why are you apologizing? It is that does cater, and the thing is, the problem is right. The demographic of people who are looking for the experimental, who are looking for the newest and greatest of the world, and everything. that is a very small niche, and it is for the company to decide whether they want to focus on them or focus on the. Because I feel like another clan of people who invest majorly into, for example, let's take iPhones, are just businessmen, straight up businessmen, and it's a lot more of brand name and what the iPhone represents for their culture. And I think that's that's a big market of the iPhone. Like a lot of iPhone users end up just never using the phone for its full capacity, but rather using it for what the phone represents for them. When they pull out and see the signature 3 back cameras and whatnot.
That's how well Apple has branded their iPhones. It's like having an iPhone is a luxury product because the price of the iPhone is high, and therefore it is perceived as a luxury product. And
Yeah.
that's just how well Apple has branded their iPhones. And we spoke about this some time ago. I think I was reading through some articles and I came to a realization that Apple cannot reduce the price of their iPhones because one, it affects the perception of people toward it as it no longer being a luxury item, and it
Yeah.
will reduce their revenue, and also a bunch of other factors. If you'd like to know, DM either one of us and we'll give you in more detail.
Yeah, or if you would like us to talk about it, you can always come back on another live session.
Talking about supply,
Episode.
talking about supply and demand.
Why not? Why not? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a finance major. He's a psych major who's now doing his MBA, so it's all over the place. It's all intertwined now. It's like AI and tech and finance and economics of things. So we've earned some rights to put it all together with our content. It's like it's what we end up doing.
Truly an influx of information now in our heads, but it's directly applicable to the things that we enjoy, like talking about tech and playing around with tech and essentially tech. So yeah,
Essentially tech. Yeah, I just read through the comment section of Lena saying, "Why is she our tech guy?" Sorry, Lena. Still trying to figure things out and everything. Had to just check with our loyal viewer.
Yes.
Oh my god. Gee, so if you don't have anything else to add for the Next Mind VR setup, we can move on to our next story. So do you have anything?
No.
Okay. So moving on to the next story. So berries and food and oh my god, I see a slab of salmon right in the back there.
Yeah, look at the salmon. It's so pretty.
Okay, so the article is titled "A New Sensation: Recording and Reproducing Taste." So Meiji University is home to, long and behold, Professor. Why is he name out here?
Kaji Koshin.
Yeah, Professor Miyashita. This is him, a very charming man. He actually looks very handsome.
He's anime.
Yeah, he has a very anime haircut and a nice suit. Look at that; it's striped. Barney would be proud.
Italian.
Yeah. So, Professor Miyashita. This is a picture of him explaining the mathematics that go into his product. So, if you're curious as to what the product is that he has pretty much figured out a way to recreate taste and record the taste. So the way we get this is that the way in 1877 when Thomas Edison invented the phonograph and he was able to record his own voice and being able to record a movie and broadcast it for the first time. So Professor Miyashita is the first step towards being able to reproduce taste for us. Why are you nodding your head? Am I doing a bad job?
I'm just disappointed. You mentioned Thomas Edison like he didn't steal ideas from a certain someone. Stop giving him glory.
Nikola Tesla for the win.
Anyway, sorry for interrupting.
Yes.
Please go on.
So, Professor Miyashita has made a name for himself with discovering a way to record taste, and this is directly the first thought that came to my head was a Google prank video that I actually got Jihan to believe was real. Like, I actually got him to think that it was legit. And what it was that if you can search, shall we just let the audience
Yeah,
play
yeah,
it?
just play it.
Yeah.
I think there's no sound coming from the.
I have fixed that so the live should be able to hear the sound.
Okay. think after this video, I actually went online and searched for something and tried smelling. It did not work. Nose beta. People also sniffed. My God. Success. He smelled success. Oh my gosh. Cannot believe I fell for this. I fell for this so hard.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah,
Okay, so
essentially now that will be possible. Can be possible.
is essentially now that will be possible, yes. So I don't know. I don't think they got to hear what the video said, but to sum it up, essentially Google ran a prank in 2014, which was they founded Google Nose, in which when you search for a rose or a German Shepherd dog, you were able to touch your nose on the screen and be able to smell what the smell was mimicking. Um, so yeah, that was the first thought that came to my head, right? And Professor Miyashita had found a way in which Miyashita, I'm so sorry. Yeah, has found a way to figure this out first in being able to record and mimic, recreate this taste back in our mouth. So the first thing that he did was he separated that and identified that the human tongue has 5 basic tastes, right? Sweet, sour, bitter, salty. And I'm glad that they mentioned umami, because it's very representative of his culture and all as well, and to accept that umami is actually a separate flavor that goes into food and cuisine, and not just the Western ideologies of sweet, sour, bitter, and sweet and salty. I mean, and and what he does is that he has these 5 dyes that you can see there, and essentially by placing them on his tongue and then relating those flavors with the pentagon diagram there, he manages to create impulses, electric impulses that trigger those receptors in our mouth that would hence recreate the taste and give it a feel. But this is not all where he is, and essentially you can read the sentence here. By adjusting the current strength of all 6 gels, which can be done automatically, the taste of chocolate milkshake or sirloin steak or any desired taste can be experienced through the use of device without any caloric intake. Um, and this is not where he wanted to stop, right? He's also moving to the fact that 80% of taste is smell. and being able to recreate taste is not enough, and so he's moving on to taste displays as well. So being able to recreate smells is going to be an interesting step in a big direction. And the fact that it's also very correlated to the story we spoke about previously, which is the overall integration of recreating impulses in your brain and having them show up. and and the means in which this would apply in virtual realities and cooking shows even.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like, yeah, imagine watching a cooking show and be like, "Oh, I wonder what that would taste like, and what is the taste that the cooking the host is trying to show us," and then being able to taste it, and then like, "Oh, okay, this is what I'm looking for when I prepare
Yeah.
the meal."
Like, ooh,
Like,
that garlic butter shrimp that Gordon Ramsay made looks divine. Pulls out the thing from the TV. Divine.
divine. Oh my god, that is pretty cool. That would be pretty amazing to figure out. Ah my god. So, thoughts?
Um, it's interesting. I mean, I don't think it will replace food intake. Hunger is an entirely different experience, and having the food in the mouth, chewing on it, swallowing it is also a different experience entirely, which I don't think you'd be able to emulate through the taste senses, the taste buds. But at the very least, you'd be able to taste something. To
Yeah.
taste, let's say you want to taste like taste a cake, or if you're vegetarian and you want to taste like what this meat tastes like. Oh, steak, but I'm Hindu and I don't eat beef. Whatever will I do? Pulls out the thing. Oh, so this is what it tastes like, you know?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, that definitely. But I was thinking in context of immersiveness, in games. And like imagine if you go to there was a Linus Tech Tip video in which in the VR in a VR zone they set up like multiple scents and flavors around the room, and let's say you are VRing through a forest and you come across a waterfall. So there are special perfumes that secrete the smells of waterfalls and nature to create more of an immersiveness. So being able to mimic taste and everything, the application of it still seems very. I feel like it's not hitting the point of what you would want it to achieve, but it is pretty cool to think.
It's definitely interesting, lah. Like in the world of VR, like if we just combined what we talked about previously, the Next Mind,
Yeah,
if we just
yeah,
combined Next Mind with this kind of tech, then you would have a very 360 experience.
yeah,
But of course,
exactly.
the Next Mind limitation is that it still cannot simulate impulses in the brain as a input. I mean, I guess it's an output into your brain,
Yeah,
input into your brain. But yeah, you get my point, right? Like if that were possible, technically you wouldn't need this, because you would be able to simulate your brains to be able to replay whatever tastes. For example, if I eat chicken and whatever my
yeah.
brain is experiencing, if I can just recreate that simulation, that the experience, I wouldn't need this, you know.
That is, yeah, yeah. That is pretty crazy. You're essentially what you're doing is you're bypassing an extra organ, and directly going to the brain rather than trying to stimulate your tongue.
But I don't know if there has been any tech as of now. Like for example, now we are only seeing things that can detect your brain commands, brain wave, brain signals, neural signals that whatever I think can be used to control things outside. But I haven't really seen any tech that allows the contrary, where you simulate messages into your brain and
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that would be interesting to figure out. I think there's a lot more. You got to go through more research into whether that is a thing that is the people are working on.
But definitely a large step, you know, being able to recreate taste just using electric impulses is pretty insane. But based on the pictures I'm looking at, I don't know if there are any other references, but based on the pictures, it seems that I would have to put it on my tongue for me to experience the taste. So I don't know if there's a way for you to like immediately send it to your brain, and if that were possible, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh my god. Sorry, I was a bit distracted towards the end because I just saw my mom in the stream, like just coming here to peek. And I was like, whoa.
Bro, that was a bit creepy. Something's popping up inside.
Oh my god.
Seen too many
Yeah.
weird TikToks where like there's someone doing a random dance, and then there's like a tiny face, like for example in this like circular area.
I'm more curious as to why you're watching TikToks more than anything else. Like, why?
I don't.
Why are you doing that?
Instagram is filled with them now. Like Instagram is just one big pool of tweets, Instagram posts, and TikToks. Not really like I have a choice.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. There is a lot of TikTok content on Instagram now. Anyway,
There's a lot of
I just
TikTok content
realized.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. But I think the beyond this, I don't really have anything else to add on. I just thought it was very, very interesting. In the world of like the next advancement of what you can record.
Yeah, please,
This
if you're watching, I think right now we got about 4 viewers. Sorry, you were saying?
no, you go on.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching and you find this interesting, like leave your thoughts in the comment section. We'd like to hear what you think, where this can be applied, what industries this can be applied in. You even mentioned cooking competitions. I think that's pretty cool. Being able to taste what a chef makes or one of the competitors makes, that's pretty cool. And simultaneously using my brain to tell my TV, hey, shoot out the electric fork into my mouth now. It's also pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
In the gaming world as
Yeah.
well, VR. Imagine I'm just
Yeah.
running through and I'm holding a virtual gun and I see a fruit and I have to feel my energy bar and I like virtually put the fruit in my mouth and I actually taste a symbiotic or like a mutated purple apple and I go, wow, this tastes like zombie flesh. Cool. Then I keep running.
That's the thing, right? It's pretty scary to think what it could make you do. Like you could actually mimic what skin would taste like and then give you a material that is chewable.
So cool.
And yeah.
You said that like it's supposed to scare me. I found that really fascinating.
I mean, I try to say a lot of things that I expect a different reaction from you, and then in which you are like, "No, it's okay. It's okay." And I'm like, "Huh?"
I've seen some things, man. I've seen some things. Have you guys watched a Serbian film? Don't watch it. Trust me. No, I know what you're thinking. Oh, now that he said don't watch it, I'm going to go and watch it. No, please, I'm begging you from the bottom of my chicken rice. Don't watch it. Unless
I've
you're certain you can withstand a certain amount of brain scarring.
I've heard a lot about that movie from G, and I am not ready to even Google it up because of the kind of the messed up things that is taken. But
Once again,
yeah,
I'm saying don't watch a Serbian film. That's a Serbian film. Do not
why are
watch
you
that movie.
promoting it with so much clarity then, huh? Oh my god.
Danica left us a comment. She said, "It's so cool. I was thinking this could be helpful for patients who are incapable of swallowing food to be able to experience the joy of food, right?" As in, like,
Yeah,
yeah, that does make sense. But you won't be able to eat. You'll only be able to taste it, right?
but also imagine being only be able to eat porridge, but recreating the taste
Oh,
of chicken chop or whatever. Like,
that makes a lot of sense. Oh my god, that
yeah.
applies for even like the elderly. If let's say like they've lost their teeth, because I know like a lot of people in my life who have lost their teeth, and they can only eat food that's like a certain softness level. But now you can eat the same thing, but it simulates like ribeye, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And I think the older you get, your taste receptors also become a lot weaker. So even if you're able to eat the same food, being able to recreate intensity and really dig through to your receptors and whatnot. Like that's pretty interesting to see where this can applied.
That is a good point. Yeah, I find that very fascinating. Um,
Friends G is out because we're talking about food. Friends G.
oui, oui, je m'appelle Claude.
Oh my god. So now to the third and I think last news that I have. I don't know if G has anything to share for the rest of the
I
night.
ain't got no news. You and I both know we got on this live for you to give your news and for me to react, and that's exactly what we've been doing
Oh
for the
my
past
god.
45 minutes. If you've stayed this long, damn.
Shouldn't be able to hear your claps.
Yeah, I don't think they could hear my clap.
Yeah.
If you can hear my clap, let me know. I'm going to sue RTX.
So, of course, I it hurts kilos and triples 8K in which they mouse, so the feedback would be significantly more, especially if you use high monitors. And this does just look weird. It looks like a Logitech MX series. Yeah. A standard mouse is 0 hertz, and in a 60 hertz refresh rate monitor that you know, you got to divide the number of frames by the number of times the mouse is refreshing. And I think especially in FPS games, it doesn't come down to second, but it comes down to millisecond performance differences. And what they're trying to do is that if in 60 hertz they're able to refresh only so many times a second, which then comes out to about 20 times over a millisecond. When you push over to refresh monitors, especially 240, 360 hertz, and if you're using the same 1000 kilohertz rate polling rate refresh, it becomes a lesser. When it refreshes a lot lesser, so time in which you can get to show up accurately exactly where you want it to be also changes. So I think that's what keyboard and 8K gaming mice come into play. And as they get G can you can help see anything. Start moving in 5 seconds.
I think in order to simplify what Yuvan just explained, so when you have a keyboard and you have a mouse that's plugged into your computer, and this goes also for your screen, right? Your monitor. Your devices refresh a certain number of times every second. So for example, if you have a 60 hertz monitor, the pixels on your screen are refreshing 60 times a second, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And so similarly, your devices have a similar refresh rate. So having a higher refresh rate simply indicates that it will be able to match your movements more accurately. So you will see smoother movement in your on your screen and in your gameplay. So how much smoother I don't know, because so far I've really never experienced anything other than the current mouse and keyboard that I have. So I really don't know how much smoother it can get. But when I do experience it, then I feel like I will be able to feel it, but I also feel like it won't make a significant effect. But then that's what we thought about 120 hertz and 144 hertz displays, and they don't make enough of a difference for you to feel more immersiveness in the game. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Is there a lady waving at you on the top right?
It's kind of creepy. That's so weird. Oh my god.
Oh, just awkward. Okay, but okay. It's another thing that I wanted to ask you.
Oh,
So
if you're
do
talking
you
about the mouse, like the hand,
mouse?
like
Oh. So Jin, I ask you something actually.
yes.
Jin recently moved.
Okay, so when you practice, right? When you
Yeah.
game and you're practicing, you're trying to improve your accuracy. You're trying to improve your response time, your reaction times. And with a 60 hertz monitor, the difference with a 144 hertz monitor was that it was a lot harder for me to accurately gauge how much improvement I'm making every time I improve. So sometimes I would perform better in games, but I don't really know whether I'm at the perfect calibration or not, simply because I'm not looking at it with my own eyes. I'm only feeling it with my with my devices, my mouse and my keyboard. But now with a slightly higher refresh rate monitor, I'm able to like visually tell what I'm doing right and wrong, whether I'm moving too much, whether I'm moving too little, you know. So that does help um, a little. And I mean, it will help a lot, I feel, for professional gamers because they play hours on end trying to perfect their gameplay. But for a casual gamer, obviously you will see a much better, a much smoother display. So maybe 144 hertz is kind of a benchmark that I would suggest for a casual gamer. So if you're just playing for fun or you're just playing some video games or you're playing I don't know what's Cyberpunk and yeah you want to get a more immersive feel, then 144
Yeah.
hertz is great. But going beyond that, really, I feel is a niche group like 240 hertz or 360 hertz, which are monitors that do exist, by the way. Asus
Yeah.
ROG monitors, and there's one of the Samsung monitors, I think, the G something G7 something like that.
Yeah. There
Mhm.
is refresh rate monitor. It's hard for me to gauge other than just seeing Samsung and other companies trying to mimic it in their age and whatnot.
Didn't your Poco X3 have a 120 hertz display?
I
144 hertz
mean,
display.
120 hertz, but I can't see it. My eye couldn't see it, and I didn't use it for long enough. Like I feel like you said, a week of usage or like over a long time, I might be able to see a difference.
With the
But so
phone, I
far,
definitely see a much better, a much smoother experience. I feel it because I'm touching it, right? Like I'm touching the screen myself. So I really feel the extra butteriness going from a 60
yeah,
hertz display to a
yeah, I
120
think that's the
hertz.
difference, right? The latency is almost non-existent on a touch screen compared to a mouse and keyboard experience. I think even though it's milliseconds, I think your brain manages to pick it up. Like
I guess like if you're a hardcore user,
mm.
like for
If you
gamers
have the
who
eyes for it, honestly, if you have the eyes
yeah
for it,
yeah it's not like it's worth spending your entire month's salary on. I'm just saying.
yeah,
I'm just saying, like, if you have the access cash and you wanna enhance your gaming environment, your gaming experience, then go ahead.
yeah.
I hear that they are buffing Yoru and Viper. Oh, Rena's being nerfed. Interesting. There's going to be a new game mode. I think it's called Escalation. Wow, we really managed to diverge into Valorant here. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I mean, even though I understand what it means, it's not going to make any sense to anyone listening. He's not that new anymore.
Oh,
I guess, but I mean, there's how do you define new? Like majority of people have already gotten bored of him. I think I probably use him the most out of all the other agents, just because I used to play Omen and now I feel like I'm better merged with Yoru's skill tree.
yeah. And,
Guys,
so,
thank you for tuning in with Yuvan and Jihan. This is not a 11 o'clock podcast. This is Jihan
Tech Talks.
Prasad Tech Talks Special.
Yeah, so we'll come back to you with more news.
Leave a like,
And
leave a follow, leave a subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the
I'll
notification
get,
bell
I'll get G next episode to be G's news.
to be what? Very hard to get news out of me. I'm a pretty boring person, and the only things I find interesting are the weirdest things.
Let us see. Yes.
So you want people to only see our faces? Get ready for it.
Yeah.
3, 2, psych. Okay.
Oh shit! I moved out of it.
Anyway, guys, thanks for staying on this long. We hope to catch you in our next live or in our next YouTube video. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
No, I think that's about it, guys. And thank you so much for joining us. Honestly, this moment is nice to just share news. These are the conversations we absolutely have on a Discord call. So it's just nice to have you join us for it as well. So till tomorrow, guys. Cheers.
Till next time. Bye bye.